This is what sports betting in Canada looks like in most places. You pick up your ProLine or your Sports Select ticket and you make your picks. But to play, you have to pick multiple games, better known as a parlay. And to win, all of those games have to be correct.
That appeals to a lot of people.
But the odds are long.
They're long.
If anybody knows about picking winners, it's Rob Pizzola. For him, betting on sports is a full-time job, and he doesn't like the betting options available in Canada.
And you're not really getting a fair price on these parlays in general. So not only do you have to have the luck of sequencing these all correctly and winning this combination, you're probably not even getting paid out fair value on them.
Shrewd gamblers like Pizzola, or even casual ones looking for real choice and fair payouts, aren't placing their bets in Canada.
Many Canadians are betting through dozens of offshore sports books. I can bet on any single game being played anywhere, even who the next US president will be. These sites are big business, usually housed in tax havens like Malta or the Isle of Man.
The Canadian Gaming Association says Canadians bet $4 billion on these foreign sites every year, plus another $10 billion with illegal bookmaking operations in Canada. Those provincial sports lotteries, only $500 million.
The prohibition on single event sport betting is one where we are all well behind the rest of the world, including our neighbors to the south.
Conservative MP Kevin Waugh wants to keep that money in Canada and make it legal.
Bill C-218, an act to amend the criminal code, sports betting, be now read a third time and do pass.
The Saskatchewan politician sponsored a bill that just made it through the House of Commons and is sitting in the Senate. It would let Canadians pick just one winner on those provincial lottery tickets.
It's hard enough to predict one game. I can't predict 2 and 3 and 4 games out of ProLine, so we're missing that opportunity in this country. And all we're doing here with this legislation that has come through the House of Commons, we're giving people an option. And today, people want to be entertained. They would like to bet on pro sports.
If you want to know more about anything to do with sports gambling, you go to Las Vegas. That's where I connected with a lawyer who specializes in the industry.
Why does single game betting matter so much?
With any betting product, the first question you're always thinking about is how intuitive is this going to be to the bettor? How intuitive is it going to be to a consumer? Is it something they're going to easily understand, digest, and then be able to execute? And the reality is that single game is that product for sports betting.
Waugh's bill in Canada is part of a seismic shift in the North American sports betting landscape that's easily visible just by watching a hockey game. Sports gambling websites and casinos, once shunned by professional sports, are now embraced. Welcome to advertise next to donuts and soft drinks.
The NHL actually led the way on this. First, they put a team in Las Vegas, and then they did this.
Today, the NHL and MGM are proud to announce that we've entered into a multi-year partnership that designates MGM as an official gaming partner of the NHL.
For years, if you wanted to make a sports bet in the United States, you had to physically be in a Las Vegas casino. In 2018, a court decision made sports betting possible everywhere. Half of the states now offer Americans legalized sports betting. To find out how this changed the game, I connected with one of America's leading sports gambling gurus.
Can you talk a little bit about how quickly this is all evolving?
It has been a whirlwind.
David Purdom says leagues have been scrambling to be sure they don't miss out on this bonanza, providing gamblers with all the tools they need to optimize the betting experience.
Second down and 3.
Things like betting if a quarterback will complete the next pass, how long a player will be on the ice during a game, or if a golfer will make their next putt.
A lot of the betting in the future is going to be during the game, almost like a fluid market throughout the game. Over in the UK already, more money is bet during a soccer match than is bet before it. New generation is going to be playing and betting throughout games. And to do that, they got to have the quick, reliable data. And the people that have that are the leagues.
One league watching this very closely is the CFL. The league didn't play last season, and the coming season remains in doubt.
How big a part of the CFL's future is gambling?
It could be something that, dare I say, could save the league.
CFL insider Justin Dunk says for a league in perpetual financial turmoil, embracing gambling makes sense.
So from what I've been told at the CFL level, there's in development of an in-game app, right? So that the league could actually monetize and the teams could monetize that app. So you could be sitting at your seat with your phone out, using that app, betting on the next play. And that could overall help your revenue for people that are in the crowd, but you could also be doing that at home on the very same app.
Rob Pizzola predicts legal single-game betting in Canada will set off a frenzy similar to the American experience.
Like, it will blow up.
Sportsbooks will jockey for a slice of the Canadian market, paying licensing fees and taxes to operate here. Provincial lotteries will have to offer better odds and more options if they want to remain in the game.
It's just another alternative form of wagering that doesn't exist right now. And when you add that to the other arsenal, which includes parlays, then now you have this full complement and at least makes things a little bit more interesting.
So, Jamie, why were Canadians not allowed to bet on individual games?
Really a question of integrity, Ian. The thought being it's much easier to influence the outcome of one game than it would to deal with two or three. Also, players making a lot more money these days, so really that's not an issue when it comes to influencing the outcome of games. And Canada was an outlier on this file. Single game betting allowed in many European markets and now in many states south of the border.
So presumably this puts more gambling options in front of Canadians and worries about problem gambling.
The hope is that this bill will keep a lot of the money that Canadians are already gambling here in Canada, and that a lot of that money will be available to deal with things like gambling addiction and problem gamblers.
All right, Jamie, thank you.
Thank you.